So, some of you may be familiar with Earthquake. He's a comedian. I always thought he was very fucking funny to me. He always seemed like a natural on stage. Haven't seen anything from him in a while. I know I've had people send me some of his Instagram posts, but I don't really keep up with Earthquake. I don't follow his page or no shit like that. I ran across on YouTube the other day that he had done some Vlad TV interviews. And I said, all right, well, let me see what the motherfucker got to say. So I watched a couple, learned some stuff about his life and stuff like that. I didn't watch many. It was like 2 of them I watched. And on one of them, he said his dad had 27 kids. I thought my pullout game was trash. His dad had 27 kids. But I ran across this, I guess, interview, if you will. And the title of the interview caught me. But I know how Vlad do. I know how the motherfucker does. Alright? He plays this game with titles, clickbaitish type titles. I mean, I know the game. I get it. So I read this one. It says, people like Kaepernick who didn't vote can kiss my ass. I wanted to hear his logic on that. Now, I went forward in the video a little bit because I didn't want to play out the whole video. At the beginning of the video, he's talking about how he served in the military, how he got out around the war in Iraq. And actually, he said a couple of real things there. He talked about how he didn't feel as though it was justified him be fighting in a war over no oil. They was mad that Saddam Hussein was going to control over 20 to 30% of the world's oil, and America just wasn't having it. And he said, shit, would I like going to fight for some motherfucking oil? Why don't you send Exxon over there? I'm not fighting for no gas. And I thought that was a very good point. And I'm listening to that part. I'm vibing with that. Like, hell yeah, fuck they wars, right? Vlad goes on and asks him about the situation that's going on in Iran right now. And he shares his opinion on that. And that's what made me lose all respect for Earthquake. In a matter of maybe 8 minutes, this happened. I lost all respect for him. Because he sounds very ignorant. I'm going to play out this 8 minutes. Y'all know I'm going to be pausing through here. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble as far as copyrights or whatever with this shit. I don't know how serious Vlad may be about this shit, but I'll be pausing. I'm going to go through this shit, and I'm going to show y'all how I lost respect for Earthquake in 8 minutes.
And they sent me back before it kicked off.
Well, fast forward to 2020.
Yes.
We're now, back in with issues in the Middle East once again.
Yes,
with Iran this time.
Of course.
Which we've had a long history with.
True.
How do you feel about the current situation with Iran?
Well, I think this is what happened when you allow a real estate developer to negotiate our foreign policy. And my personal opinion is, I didn't vote for Trump. It's a secular vote, and he has strong supporters that believes in him, believes that he, despite of having no experience, never...
Now, I want to pause it right there. Because he blames what's happening in Iran on the fact that you have what he called a real estate agent running the country. Now, I don't know. I mean, and this man said he was in the military. I don't know what he's been paying attention to. Every war or everything that we've been engaged in, from the bombing and all this shit, it doesn't matter who's running the country. That's how America gets down. That's how it works. I'm really, really disappointed that black people have allowed Obama, who was drone strike king, to get away with doing that. But you gonna come in and talk about, well, this is what happens when you let a real estate agent run the country. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I'll continue.
Served in the government or nothing, no education, should be making these type of decisions. And since you support him, his supporters, should deal with the consequences that goes along with his decision. And that means take off that MAGA hat, don't go to the rally, and take your ass down to the military recruiter and sign up and go over to the Middle East and protect some of these soft motherfucking targets we got. Because you feel that a man who build houses or build buildings is equipped enough to make foreign motherfucking decisions that's going to impact the world. And it just shows you the...
Let me pause it right here. Because he's saying an argument that I have heard, and I don't necessarily disagree with. The people who voted for him should be the ones getting drafted. You've seen all the type of people that was talking about World War III. This is what they were saying. Well, the people that voted for this motherfucker, they need to be the ones over there on the front lines. I don't disagree with that at all. I don't disagree with that. So understand that. You know, I don't disagree with him saying that the motherfuckers that voted for Trump, they need to take their ass over there. But if you're going to turn it into a, well, it's whoever voted for the sitting president, they need to be one on the front line because he's causing these issues. He's making these decisions and he's not intelligent enough to make these decisions. Then if you study the history, though, America has been involved in wars, whether big or small, involved in assassinations in other countries, dethroning certain leaders in other countries. America is involved in all types of fuckery at all times. So you might as well say it about everybody who's been under, everybody who voted for any president that has made certain decisions about foreign policy, period. I don't like how everything is turned into some Trump shit. Like, that shit means we're dumb. And that bothers me, but I'll continue.
Of being a white male, because there is no other human that will be given this latitude of this ignorance, of no experience, of no education, who say he don't read, he knows more than the generals, and come from 5 generations that never served a day of military service, but yet to be able to put us on the brink of a fucking war, and y'all support that. I'm a great comedian, but that don't mean I should be able to do fucking surgery. If you have a problem, I should not be able to be sitting out here and do a heart transplant because I'm a great comedian, and because a group of our people voted in him.
Right here. You see this? And I understand that argument. I get that. I'm a comedian. If you need your goddamn heart work done, you don't call me. But I hate that this is the conversation that we're having specifically about Donald Trump. Like, America hasn't been on some fuck shit since its motherfucking inception. Since the American government was created. 3Ks don't get this shit fucked up incorporated. Since it was created, it's been on some bullshit. To act like this is just happening right now with Trump, when we heard, and at the beginning of this video, he talked about the war in Iraq. Who was the president then? That's how these motherfuckers do. So to turn all this into some Trump shit is just, it shows our ignorance. But I'll continue.
They supported him on his immigration policy. They supported him on his tax cut. They supported him on everything. So now supporting him on the decision and deal with the consequences. Why my fellow military people who didn't vote for him think we should have somebody in here whose experience. We have 350 million motherfuckers that live in this great country. Right. And the best we can do is still a real estate agent to go over here and negotiate.
But you see, do y'all understand what I'm saying? He's making this shit about Trump. How the fuck do you serve in the military and then make it about Trump when you know, you have seen what America has done as far as foreign policy is concerned. You've seen all the senseless wars and battles that we've been into as a country. You've seen this. So how can you make this about Trump talking about his experience? What the fuck does experience got to do with anything? Talking about this the best we can do. That doesn't make any sense. That's who the Electoral College allowed to be the president. Nobody ever talks about these people. I'll continue.
With Iran, he doesn't know the difference between a Shiite. No, he doesn't know. He doesn't. He'll tell you that. Or Sunni. He doesn't know the difference. He don't know the faction between the two. That'll be an equivalent as a motherfucker who cut hair to come over here and say, I want you to moderate the difference between black and white in this country. And he doesn't even know the history of slavery and why we have these divisions.
Right.
He doesn't know the divisions over there. He doesn't care.
Right.
I tell you why he doesn't care. He's the only president ever that we had that's been president for 4 years that haven't aged a bit. Every other president has aged. You know why? Because the weight of the world is on them. He has no empathy. Really? He knows if anything pop off, he's going to be protected because of the position.
Y'all hear this shit? This man sit here and said that he ain't aged a bit. Now, he not laughing. This isn't no bit. This is his real logic. Well, Trump ain't aged the whole time he been in there, so that means he's stress-free. Every other president had the weight of the world on their shoulders. What are you talking about? You know how the government works. You know how the government works. Ain't none of these motherfuckers had the weight of the world on. They ain't doing shit. They've done nothing, especially for you as a black man. What are you talking about? He ain't aged. And this is your proof that he living a stress-free life. Now, I do agree with the points that he's about to go on to make about him not being worried or whatever like that. But that's anybody with money. Really, this applies, what he's saying right now, applies to anybody with money, in my opinion. But I'll continue.
Yeah. So he sleeps well at night. You don't have to worry about who wakes up the phone, who picks up the phone at 3 o'clock. He takes the bitch off the hook. Because I don't need you to wake me up. I need my sleep. Fuck it. I deal with it in the morning. He know if the world park off, his son ain't going over there to fight. It's going to be minorities and poor white kids fighting a decision because he don't want to play diplomacy. And he always want to blame it on the black man, the previous administration. He didn't do this because of that. Well, this is the reason why.
You see what I'm saying? Now, he exonerates Obama now, who drone strike the shit out of motherfuckers while he was in office. But he's exonerating Obama because he one of them type niggas. He one of them niggas that was blinded by the Obama administration. But he should know better. You are a man that was in the military. You should be intelligent. Now, Donald Trump does blame a lot of his bullshit on what Obama did before him, but Obama wasn't the shit. And by now, we should be in unison by saying that.
Ran because he didn't do this. What is your plan? Anybody could kill a motherfucker that's second in command and do it so raggedly and then commit. What the fuck you think they gonna do? Why wouldn't they want a nuke? Motherfucker, they know once they get a nuke, nigga, you can't invade them. Look at all the other countries that we done had.
Now, his commentary about this nuclear weapon, I do agree with. Let's just listen to it. It's real.
Gave they nuke up. Saddam Hussein, dead. Libya, dead. Every motherfucker who got a nuke, you got to talk to them. You sit down and push your way. They care about their country, too.
Right.
America first. They're not American. Iranian, they care about theirs. They are terrorists. And you kill this motherfucker because he's a terrorist, but you shake hands with the leader of North Korea and Putin, they killing motherfuckers too. You ain't shooting and killing them motherfuckers. So now when an American die, it's ready for you to cut off a war because we ain't having it. You ain't say shit to the Saudis when they chopped up that Washington Post, motherfucker. You told it. Now you believe this intelligence, but you don't believe the other intelligence told you they killed the motherfuckers. It's a game.
Right.
It's a fucking game, and he's playing with.
Now, that's real. Every country that gives up their nuke, the ones that can be ran over easy, America gonna bully their motherfucking ass. I just don't understand why he's making it Trump specific. I don't get that. I don't understand anybody who talks about, foreign policy and they make it Trump specific. That shows that you lack any type of knowledge on what the fuck is really going on out here if you make it Trump specific. But he's right. Anybody that give up their nuke, anybody who has a nuke, you gotta talk to them. Because they can fuck you up just like you can fuck them up. That's why America bullies countries like Iraq, like Iran. They bully countries because they know they can out-firepower them. But I'll continue.
People's lives who signed up to defend this great country. And you motherfuckers who Trump supporter put them there with no experience. A real estate motherfucking agent. is running the country.
Well, Kaepernick, you chimed in on the...
Now, before we get into this Kaepernick shit, I want y'all to understand why I hate this type of narrative. Because that type of narrative that he gives exonerates America completely. Everything America has done doesn't matter. It all comes down to Donald Trump. And that shows such a high level of ignorance that people are actually sitting here saying this shit and will think they on some woke progressive shit. They think they own some shit. Like, this man is a real estate agent. He says over and over and over again. Like, y'all put him there. No, the Electoral College put him there. He lost the popular vote. He just did. I'm going to make that point again here when we talk about Kaepernick, but it's like, motherfucker, who are you talking to? Trump does have supporters, but who the fuck are you talking to? He wasn't put there by voting. That doesn't make sense for people to continue to sit here and say this shit, and people to be around like Vlad and just be like, yeah. No, motherfucker. You're wrong. And you saying stupid ass shit. And you were in the military, which makes your argument even more ridiculous to me. You were there. You talked about how you disagree with the war in Iraq, but you didn't talk about that's how America does business. That's what they do. They always have ulterior motive. You didn't want to talk about that, though. But now you're about to go into Kaepernick. Listen to this shit.
Okay.
After the general got assassinated, he said, "There's nothing new about American terrorist attacks against black and brown people for the expansion of American imperialism. America has always sanctioned and besieged black and brown bodies both at home and abroad.
Right.
America militarism is the weapon wielded by American imperialism to enforce its policing and plundering of the non-white world."
See,
and that's real. Y'all know I don't fuck with Kaepernick like that, but that's real. This is, I mean, we've been saying the same shit. Even before him, it was being said. America uses its military to dominate black and brown people all over the world, to steal natural resources, rape, plunder women in all different countries, and then turn around and call people to get mad at them terrorists. We've been saying that. But that's real talk. But Earthquake didn't say that, though. Earthquake didn't say anything like that while he was talking about this shit. He talking about Trump. Colin Kaepernick talking about America. 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, incorporated, and that's where the conversation should be. I'll continue.
I like Kaepernick, but I disagree with him.
Disagree with
America
that?
Ain't did shit.
America ain't did
it's
shit.
It's the people that's running and speaking for us.
Like, come on,
we
man.
The people.
America ain't did shit. It's the people that's running and speaking for us. What fuck type of argument is that to make? That's who a country is who's running and speaking for it. And America, since its inception, since its creation, has been being ran by motherfucking racist ass white folk. That's what it is. So that's who America is. You cannot separate the two. But that's his argument. That's why he disagreed. America ain't did shit. Like, what? Fuck you mean? We'll continue.
Have to make a decision. It's us who elect our leaders that's doing what they want to do.
Right.
See, I look at my country the same way I used to look at my old apartment.
Right.
I love my apartment. I just can't stand my landlord. And that's what America. I love my country.
I love my apartment. I just can't stand my landlord. What? That's the equivalent? That's how you feel about America? So what are you talking about? You love the land? You gotta be talking about grass, the roads? You can't be talking about how it's structured. You can't be.
I just hate the motherfucker who's running it. This country hasn't done shit.
See, I'm gonna stop pausing so much, but he says, I hate the motherfucker that's running it. He's talking about Trump. You a black man. There hasn't been anybody that's ran this entire country at any point in this history that's been for you. What are you talking about? You hate your landlord? You hate this motherfucker, Donald Trump? Come on now.
But it's the people who done it in the name of our country. And with all due respect, I lost respect for Kaepernick when he told me he didn't vote.
Right. Just when he lost respect.
You're part of the problem. See, as long as you stay idle and do not put your name on this motherfucker, to put somebody in that shares your views, you allow them to keep the power that it is. Instead of you standing there taking the knee, which is great, and I'm with that, what is the solution?
So as a military...
Now you hear this shit. Instead of you going down to the polls and voting for somebody who has your views, Earthquake, where you been? Don't nobody have no pro-black views. What are you talking about? There ain't no politicians being created like that. Who is somebody who, if he's saying Colin Kaepernick in this example, who the fuck Colin Kaepernick is supposed to vote for if he cares about the shit that he's saying he cares about, which again I don't believe he does, but who would he be voting for? Who am I supposed to vote for? I made a video saying that. Who am I supposed to vote for? You can try to shame me for not voting. You can do that. A lot of people do that. But who the fuck are you supposed to vote for when you care and love black people? When you care about and love black people, who are you supposed to vote for? Who? In a two-party system that's ran by money, who? Earthquake? What are you talking about? Who the fuck he's supposed to vote for?
Military guy, you supported the taking of the knee during the national anthem.
Of course.
Okay.
Because it had nothing to do with, I fought for the right for dissension.
Right.
It wasn't against it. But after the knee, how do we deal with the solution of it? If you want to be a martyr, then be a martyr.
See?
But what we do? But sitting back and sitting and saying America is doing it is not the way it ought.
But America is doing it. What you mean sitting back and saying that's what's really real? That's what's really happening. What the fuck are you talking about? You talking about you fought for the right for dissension. Then, but why are you telling somebody to go vote in a two-party system where neither one of the parties have black people's best interests at heart at all and never have? Why are you saying that? Both these truths cannot exist in the same space, Earthquake. What are you talking about, man? And Vlad, what the fuck type of interviewer are you to be just sitting there? I mean, I know he a white man, so he don't give a fuck either way. But goddamn, y'all, this motherfucker just saying anything with no pushback. I'd have had several things to say, like, motherfucker, what? What are you talking about? America ain't doing nothing? Because even outside of the president, even in every state, is racist against black people. That is the foundational, that's the core of America. Is built to oppress you, black man, as you sitting here. It's been built to oppress you. Before Trump, after Trump, same thing, motherfucker. What are you talking about? It is America.
Yeah. Every one of these motherfuckers who didn't vote but had something to say can kiss my ass.
Right.
Because you're a part of the problem. Because you're an enabler. Because you allowed them to be there. Because their followers is putting them there. And they're the best even if you don't agree with us. Get on the side with us who we believe in.
Listen to this motherfucker. Now this shit about to go out, but just listen to him. What he's saying. You put him in there. This is what he's saying to people. No, the fuck, we didn't put nobody nowhere. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody putting nobody nowhere. And y'all that believe this shit, you need to wake the fuck up and stop playing these motherfucking games. Donald Trump lost the popular vote. Not by 3 votes. Not by 300 votes. Not by 3,000 votes. Not by 30,000 votes. Not by 300,000 votes. He lost it by more than 3 million votes to Hillary Clinton. He's still the president. So you dumb motherfuckers that get on here and say this stupid ass shit, and people who don't question you, who don't say anything to you, this is a fact. He lost the popular vote. When the fuck are we gonna start talking about the electoral college? How the fuck can Earthquake sit here and say America ain't never did anything? It's the people who run it. That's what America is. It is the people who run it. You can't disassociate the two. That's not how it works. You like the weather here? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, how can you say you love America but not the people that run it? The reason you call it America is because of the people who run it. That's what they named the landmass. Like, what are you talking about, man? And it bothers me when black men, and particularly black men and women, who I know have children, sit around and say ignorant ass shit. And so many people like this video. As you can see, he has 4K likes, a little bit over 400 dislikes. But a lot of black people say, yes. Like, no. What he's saying doesn't make any sense. You cannot continue to tell people who didn't vote to kiss your ass they can't say anything when there's nobody for a person who gives a fuck about black people, who gives a fuck about America being a fucking bully and robbing all these countries of their natural resources. That president doesn't exist. That candidate, that nominee doesn't exist. And it never will. Because of America. Because of the institutions that have been set up already. It will take the people saying, fuck the system, not going to vote into the system, to cause any real change here. Understanding that this system is corrupt and it ain't worth a damn. But it bothers me when I hear black people get up on platforms such as this and say stupid ass shit. And in those 8 minutes, I lost all respect for Earthquake. That's how quick it is for me. Which I never knew what he had to say in general anyway, you know. But just that quick, I lost respect for him. As a black man. Not even as a comedian or anything like that. Because I'm sure his stand-up may still be funny. He may still be entertaining that way. But as a black man, I lost respect for him. Because he talking motherfucking crazy. And he was in the military. And I don't know why. And it could be a flaw in me. I'll admit it could be a flaw in me. But I don't know why I expect people who have been in the military, served in the military, to be smarter. I don't know why I do that. When it's been proven that that's not true. I've argued with some of these people in the military, they be dumb as fuck. But I just expect them to understand how shit works because they've been in the military. I be expecting them to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that could be a fucked up expectation that I have of these people, but I do. And it's like, where you been, bruh? Did you hear about the country you were fighting for? Like, what are you talking about? Did you not study the history of the country that you decided to fight for? What are you talking about? And now, I don't hate America. I just hate the landlord. I hate the motherfucker that's running it. Right now, this the only time you've hated the motherfucker that's running it. Where you been? Where have you been? And black people turning all this shit and everything into Donald Trump shit. It's all him. This ain't how America normally does business. It's all him. Like, that doesn't make any sense, y'all. And as much as y'all can hate Donald Trump all you want to, I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump at all. But I understand the history of this government. I understand why I put 3Ks in America. I understand why I put incorporated after America. Because if you do any amount of research, you don't have a choice, really, but to frame it as such. It's not Donald Trump. And when this motherfucker gets out of here, y'all gonna see that shit. You know what y'all not gonna do? Is say you was wrong. That's what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna say you was wrong. Because if you wasn't paying attention before Donald Trump, like something great was happening for people, then you're not gonna pay attention after either. In my opinion. I don't see it happening. If y'all done turned since America's motherfucking inception, if you haven't seen the fuckery going on the whole fucking time, especially you black people, it's shameful. It's shameful as fuck. But that's all the fuck I want to say. Y'all comment if you feel need to comment. If you disagree with what I'm saying, you can respectfully disagree in the comment section. That's fine. Let me hear out your arguments. If you believe it was the people who selected Donald Trump, even despite the fact that he lost the popular vote. And as you still continue to hear nothing about the Electoral College and their responsibility as to these people getting in these positions of power. If you're going to ignore that, and you have a reason why you ignore that, comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Because again, I lost all respect for Earthquake. I ain't got nothing for him, not as a black man. He may still be funny, but as a black man, I have no respect for this motherfucker. And any black person who thinks like this or speaks these talking points. But like, share, subscribe, y'all. Hit the notification bell. Links to follow me on social media in the description box. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. I'm out.